Good evening. I am Judy Langley, the 2021 Pilot International Convention Chair. On behalf of Pilot International Executive Committee, I welcome you to Atlanta and our 100-year Pilot International Annual Convention and Leadership Conference. It is my pleasure to introduce 2021 Pilot International President Peggy Benton.
Thank you, Judy.
Can I have a hug?
Sure. Thank you all. Thank you, Judy. Welcome, pilots. It's wonderful to see your faces in person and not on a computer screen. Zoom has been wonderful this year, but it certainly does not take the place of being together. Thank you for being here in Atlanta to begin our celebration of 100 years of friendship and service with pilot friends. It is my pleasure to introduce the 2021 Pilot International Convention Vice Chair, Carol Rydell. Carol served as the 2002-2003 Mississippi District Governor and is a member of the New Albany Pilot Club. She has been a valued member of the Convention Planning Committee. Carol?
Good evening. We have two pilot clubs celebrating 100 years of pilot friendship and service in 2021-2022. It is my honor to introduce the Pilot Club of Macon and the Pilot Club of Tuscaloosa. The first meeting of the Pilot Club of Macon and Pilot International was held on October 18, 1921. We welcome the current members of the Pilot Club of Macon. We are honored to have you with us tonight. The Pilot Club of Tuscaloosa chartered in March 1922. We know you are looking forward to your 100th anniversary in March. Thank you, Pilot Club of Macon and Pilot Club of Tuscaloosa, for your outstanding service to Pilot and for being here for our celebration. You may be seated. You may be seated. Pilot International is fortunate to have dedicated leaders who, even after leaving office, continue to offer their time and talents to support our current leaders and encourage future leaders. Please join me in welcoming our past international presidents.
Listen to the music, play
It is my pleasure to introduce the following past presidents and the term they served. Betty DuVall King, 1976-1977. Phyllis Main, 1985-1986. Sue Troutwine Baston, 1990-1991. Nancy Lee Bowen, 1992-1993. Janice Watson, 1993-94. Joanne Horton, 1996-1997. Lily Moore, 1997-1998. Nancy Henrique, 1998-1999. Diana Kingery, 1999-2000. Laura Keever, 2000-2001. Sharon Slusher, 2001-2002. Cindy Weaver, 2005-2006. Judy Burrow, 2007-2008. Debbie Archer, 2008-2009. Pat Jarvis, 2009-2010. Susan Hoffman, 2010-2011. Beverly Wilkes, 2011-2012. Winnie Brewer, 2012-2013. Judy Langley, 2013-2014. Sherry Johnson, 2014-2015. Shannon Clegg, 2015-2016. Connie Moore, 2016-2017. Faith Stamps, 2017-2018. Karen Cupid, 2018-2019. Debbie Hayes, 2019-2020. Thank you, past international presidents, for your dedication to Pilot. Because of you, Pilot has a strong foundation and a heritage of which we are proud. You may applaud your past leaders.
It is my honor to introduce the 2020-2021 Pilot International Executive Committee. We did not have an in-person installation last year, so this is the first time many of you have seen the Executive Committee. The Executive Committee members have served their districts well through virtual meetings and in-person meetings. They did not let COVID slow them down. They adjusted to the situation. Director Sherry Bath. Director Barbara Crow. Director Joseph Cunningham. Director Susan Call. Treasurer Lisa Patterson. Secretary Holly Baker. Vice President Rona Espinoza. President-elect Colette Cross. And 2020-2021 Pilot International President Peggy Benton. Thank you, Executive Committee, for your leadership. You keep Pilot International on a true course ever. You have applauded your leadership team. Executive Committee, you may be seated.
There is a very special group of hardworking pilots I would like to recognize tonight. The 2021 governors overcame many challenges, remained dedicated to pilot, and met their goals. I want to recognize and thank each governor for their hard work and dedication to their district and to Pilot International. Janice Clark, Alabama District. Tiffany Glass, Bahamas District. Melanie Zimmer, Co-Ed District, I am sorry to say could not be with us, but we still want her to be recognized. Beverly Sheen, Florida District. Susan Harbin, Georgia District. Sheila Evans, Heartland District. Keiko Nakajima, Japan District. Unfortunately, the Japanese could not travel this week, and they certainly will be missed. They always add a lot of enthusiasm to our meetings, so we will miss them. Marie Gravely, Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia District. Linda Brady, Louisiana District. Teresa Begley, Michigan, Indiana District. Rebecca Jones from the Midwest District could not be with us. Michelle Ellis, Mississippi District. Kim Smith, North Carolina District. Lisa Casellas from the Northeast Potomac District could not be with us. Celeste Scherer, South Carolina District. Nancy Schimmerbach from the Southwestern District was unable to attend. Dana Zana, Tennessee District. Linda Vaklavic, Texas District. Jean Brown May, Virginia District. Let's give them one more round of applause. Thank you. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce the 2021-2022 Georgia District Governor, Robin Williams. Robin is a member of the Peachtree Pilot Club of Atlanta. Please join me in welcoming Governor Robin.
Good evening. Thank you, Madam President Peggy Benton, for that kind introduction. Welcome to all of our pilots and guests. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you to the 2021 Pilot International Convention and Leadership Conference being held in conjunction with our centennial anniversary right here in the city of Atlanta, my home since 1978. As governor of the Georgia District, I want you to know how pleased and honored we are to have you in our fabulous city. The city of Atlanta is rich in history, from civil rights to education, from technology to transportation, to being the forefront of all things good and Southern. Our Georgia District is excited to roll out the red carpet of Southern hospitality to each of you as we celebrate 100 years of pilot friendship and service. Over the next 3 days, we plan to make you feel right at home, and when you leave, we certainly hope that you will have Georgia on your mind. We invite you to have a wonderful conference, explore and enjoy our city, as well as our international headquarters in Macon. And when you return home, we hope that you will have had such a wonderful time that not only will Georgia be on your mind, but that you'll want to come back again. Just as our slogan says, we invite each of you to do more, care more, and be more while you enjoy our Southern hospitality in the city of Atlanta, in this great state of Georgia. Best wishes for a great and exciting centennial celebration. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. We are fortunate to have with us tonight Mr. Sean Ware. I don't see him, I hope he's in here. Senior Event Planner for the Atlanta Marriott Marquis. Sean has been invaluable in planning for this convention. There have been many, many emails and phone calls shared between Judy Langley and Sean. Is Sean here? Not yet. All right, well, we will call on him when we see him. So let me move on over. We do have some special guests with us tonight. We are fortunate to have tomorrow's keynote speakers who arrived today and were able to join us tonight. It is my pleasure to introduce Derek Tennant and his sister Julie Tennant. We are certainly looking forward to hearing from them in the morning. Byron Prickett. Byron is the account executive for Panaprint. Panaprint is responsible for printing our pilot log, the convention program, headquarters flyer, and your calendars. Panaprint generously donated the notepads in your registration packet. Panaprint is also printing the 100-year anniversary book. There is a display at the donor recognition room at headquarters of a 1921 penny that Byron personally donated. Thank you, Byron, for all you do for Pilot. Thank you for being with us for our 100-year celebration. To give us inspiration for our celebration is PI inspirational leader Shirley King. Shirley served as 2011-2012 South Carolina governor and was my mentor. Shirley is now an active member of CSRA Pilot Club in the Georgia District. Shirley shares her love for Pilot with both the Georgia District and the South Carolina District. Shirley?
Wow, 100 years. Whew. In 1921, movies then were black and white, and women got the voting right. Stylish men would wear their spats, and ladies always wore their hats in 1921. Alcohol was contraband. Jazz was the music of the land. Plumbing finally moved inside, and we could now take an auto ride. In 1921, Warren Harding and Coco Chanel are names the 20s knew quite well, along with Einstein and Greta Garbo, and let's not forget the artist Picasso. But most important to us today, Elizabeth Leonard had her say. With 40 of her friends so dear, they chartered Pilot to make it clear that service is a timeless cause. Let's honor them with a round of applause. The world has become a much kinder, caring place in the last 100 years, thanks to the establishment and outreach of Pilot International. Each year since the founding of PI, the incoming president has supplied a focus area to make a difference in communities around the world. The idea behind the name Pilot, reflecting the function of riverboat pilots to guide, has been reborn in President Peggy's slogan, "Be the one to guide." It is a fitting remembrance of the inspiration of the 1921 pilots and a charge to the 2021 pilots. Please take the time at this convention to share the successes of your clubs with each other to encourage all pilots to seek ways to be the one to guide.
Thank you, Shirley, for those truly inspirational words. The presentation of colors is always an inspiration to us all. The parade of nations that comprise our international organization represents the scope of Pilot. This year's flag ceremony is written by Donna Skipper, 2021-2022 South Carolina District Governor and member of the Pilot Club of Bennettsville. I know you will enjoy the display of flags, which provide us with a wonderful sense of the many people whose lives that have been touched by Pilot. Please feel free to stand as your flag is presented.
Thank you, Peggy. Now, to give them a few minutes to get into place, you're going to do a little exercise to help my nerves. Everybody ready? Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. One more time. Breathe in, and let it go. Everybody good? Looks like they're about ready to go. Good evening. Welcome to the flag ceremony for the 100th anniversary celebration of Pilot International Annual Convention and Leadership Conference. Tonight, we continue an unbelievable journey which began 100 years ago in Macon, Georgia. We honor and recognize the strides our international organization has made throughout its history. We also embrace the limitless potential and ideas of our current and future members. The mission of Pilot International is to influence positive change in communities throughout the world. To do this, we come together in friendship and service, focusing on brain safety and health and supporting those who care for others. Our founders planted an idea which became a reality, and we continue to accomplish their goals even in today's hectic, ever-changing, and technological world. Our flag ceremony commemorates the historic and cherished past of Pilot International, inspires us to continue an upward impetus of worthy works, and challenges us to exemplify a true course ever in all that we accomplish in the name of Pilot. As members of a worldwide organization, tonight we celebrate not only the flags of our far-reaching Pilot families, but also the legacy of friendship and service we all share. All Pilot, Anchor, and Compass members are instrumental in guiding us into a promising and extraordinary future. The United States of America. The flag of the United States of America, referred to as the American or U.S. flag, is the national flag of the United States. It consists of 13 equal horizontal stripes of red alternating with white, with a blue rectangle in the canton bearing 50 small white 5-pointed stars, arranged in 9 offset horizontal rows, where rows of 6 alternate with rows of 5 stars. The 50 stars on the flag represent the 50 states of the United States of America, and the 13 stripes represent the 13 British colonies that declared independence from the Kingdom of Great Britain and became the first states in the U.S. In the words of Lee Greenwood, from the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, Pilot International members bring about change and improvements with towns and communities across the nation. Pilot, Anchor, and Compass members help plant gardens, host bingo games, sponsor festivals, work with TBI camps, host helmet and bike rodeos, present brainminder programs, and much, much more. We partner with and support other local organizations within our communities, and they in turn support Pilot. Together, we all make a difference. Escorting the American flag is Pilot member Debbie Hayes, along with flag bearer Ken Hayes, to proudly carry the flag. Georgia. The current flag of Georgia, our host district, was adopted on May 8, 2003. The flag bears 3 stripes consisting of red, white, red, featuring a blue canton containing a ring of 13 white stars, encompassing the state's coat of arms in gold. In the coat of arms, the arch symbolizes the state's constitution, while the pillars represent the 3 branches of government. The words of the state motto, wisdom, justice, and moderation, are wrapped around the pillars, guarded by a male figure dressed in colonial attire from the American Revolutionary War. Within the arms, a sword is drawn to represent the defense of the state's constitution, with an additional motto, "In God We Trust," featured below these elements. The ring of stars that encompass the state's coat of arms represents Georgia as one of the original 13 colonies. Atlanta is the capital of the state. It was founded as a transportation hub at the intersection of 2 railroad lines in 1837. Atlanta is a diverse and busy metropolitan area. Popular tourist attractions include the Georgia Aquarium, the World of Coca-Cola, and much more. Atlanta hosted the Summer Olympics in 1996. Thank you, Atlanta, for opening your city to us. We are so excited to experience all you have to offer. The Georgia state flag is escorted by Robin Williams, and accompanying her is flag bearer Gary Jarvis. Bahamas. The flag of the Bahamas, officially adopted in 1973, was designed by Bahamian artist Reverend Dr. Hervis Bain. The gold band between two aquamarine bands represent the golden beach of the islands surrounded by the aquamarine sea. The two aquamarine blue bands symbolize the Caribbean Sea, and the black represents the strength, origin, and force of a united people. The black equilateral triangle pointing toward the body of the flag indicates the determination of the Bahamian people to develop and possess the rich resources of land and sea. The Bahamian flag is proudly carried by pilot Karen Ferguson Bain and flag bearer Reserve Charlotte Kingsley Bain. Japan. The national flag of Japan is a white rectangular banner which carries a red disc in its center. Known as the flag of the sun, this banner perfectly represents Japan as the land of the rising sun. Japan is an island nation in the Pacific Ocean with over 126 million inhabitants, a fascinating culture, many bustling cities, and delicious cuisine are just a few Japanese attributes. Pilots and anchors across Japan are stellar examples of friendship and service. Their project and service opportunities are well known and appreciated. Pilot Colette Cross proudly escorts the Japan flag, accompanied by Jim Sanders, flag bearer. Liberia. The flag of Liberia exhibits some resemblance to the flag of the United States, which is partly explained by the historical connection between the two countries. The flag of Liberia is rectangular in shape and contains 11 horizontal stripes that alternate between red and white. The flag's canton features a square blue field with a white star. The flag was officially adopted on July 26, 1847, upon the nation's independence. The red stripes in Liberia's flag symbolize courage, while the white color represents moral excellence. The 11 stripes represent the signers of the country's Declaration of Independence. The blue square in the canton epitomizes the African continent, and the white star in the field symbolizes Liberia as the first independent republic in Africa with a Western-style governance. The flag's design is based on a version of the American flag used during the early 19th century. Escorting the Liberian flag is pilot B.J. Wade and flag bearer Steve Brewer. South Africa. Designed by Frederick Gordon Brownell, the flag of South Africa was adopted in 1994. South Africa is located on the southern tip of Africa and is about twice the size of the state of Texas. It boasts a population of over 52 million people and has 11 official languages. South Africa is a popular tourist destination due to a spectacular coastline and many well-developed nature parks. Some of the most popular attractions include Cape Town and the surrounding area, Table Mountain and the Western Cape wine region, as well as the South Coast and game parks like Kruger National Park and Shamwari Game Reserve. Pilots and anchors who call South Africa home are passionate and driven to serve. Escorting the South African flag is pilot Deborah Kim Morikawa and flag bearer Wayne Tiffin. Anchor. In 1952, Pilot International began recruiting youth members and established Anchor Clubs, a volunteer service organization for young people. Altruism, noble purpose, citizenship, honor, open-mindedness, and responsibility are the guiding principles for Anchor. They work tirelessly and with great enthusiasm to improve the lives of others. They also bring a fresh perspective to service. Today, Anchor Clubs thrive in the Bahamas, Japan, South Africa, and the United States. Pilot encourages and provides numerous opportunities for youth development and leadership around the globe through its Anchor Clubs. We also hope to be nurturing future Pilot Club members. Our Anchor flag is carried this evening by Anchor Sarah Fortner, and she is escorted by flag bearer Anchor Jameson Agnew. Compass. Compass is the newest component of Pilot International. Compass Clubs are the young professional division of our organization. Compass is a community-based service club for young adults. As members, young adults participate in community service projects, develop leadership skills, and advance their personal and professional goals. The first Compass Club was chartered in the Alabama district. We continue to support Compass as they grow, and we are encouraged by their work ethic, strong leadership abilities, and goal-oriented ideas. The flag of Compass is carried by flag bearer Grant Malman, and he is joined by Magdalene Skaziak. Pilot International Founders Fund. The Founders Fund of Pilot International was established in 1975 to fund the community works of pilot clubs. With a continually expanding grant program, Pilot International Founders Fund gives monetary support to help fund the projects of its clubs and members. With these funds, clubs can meet the needs in their local communities. Pilot International Founders Fund also provides scholarships to both graduate and undergraduate students whose chosen field of study relates to Pilot International's main areas of service focus. Escorting the Pilot Founders Fund flag is Shirley Pyle, and she is accompanied by flag bearer Rudy Espinoza. Pilot International flag. The flag of Pilot International, with its colors of green and gold, is a visible symbol representative of our principles of friendship and service. Green is a vibrant indication of life and vigor, and gold exemplifies sincerity of purpose. The majestic emblem seen on the flag is a riverboat pilot wheel with 8 spokes. Our name Pilot was inspired by these riverboat pilots who fearlessly charted and steered a true course through calm or troubled waters. Their inspiration has served us well, and our true course ever has helped us to accomplish our mission to influence positive change in communities throughout the world. From an ambulance donated to the Red Cross in our earliest endeavors, our continued partnership with Project Lifesaver, right up to our current signature helmet project, as we strive to do more, care more, and be more, pilots make a positive impact in our world. We continue to seek our true course by educating our communities about brain health and safety. We encourage and offer support to caregivers and their families. We continue to embrace and encourage our youth in our anchor clubs and welcome our Compass members. Together, we are Pilot International. Tonight, Pilot International President Peggy Benton escorts our Pilot International flag, and she is accompanied by flag bearer Larry Benton. Tonight begins a celebration of our historic legacy. Each of us is a small part of that legacy, but we are an even bigger part of its future. Pilot, Anchor, and Compass members are all caring and service-minded. Thank you for your continued dedication to Pilot International. We will carry the spirit of joy and celebration home with us as we rejoice in the 100th anniversary of Pilot International.
Thank you, Donna, for that beautiful ceremony. Our beautiful code of ethics inspires all of us as pilots. It is my honor to introduce our 1976-1977 Pilot International President, Betty DuVall King. Betty will speak to us tonight on the meaning of the beautiful words and phrases that Pearl Sparks wrote so many years ago.
Realizing whatever a woman touches should be ennobled by that touch. We as business women are resolved to keep our business standards high. I heard those words when I was age 22. I had just finished teaching my first year at the Tupelo, Mississippi Public Schools in 1959, and a fellow teacher asked me if I would do a program for the Pilot Club of Tupelo. And I asked what was involved, and she said all I had to do was lead some singing, and that was how I made a living, so I said yes. As I observed those pilots during that meeting, I realized that they were having more fun than anyone I was acquainted with, and I wanted to be a part of them because they were having so much fun, not only with each other, but in the community where we were. So school began in 1959, and all was right with my world. I was just the happiest person in Tupelo, I thought. And I happened to be in the teacher's lounge with Miss Huey, and she was talking about a project that the Pilot Club of Tupelo was doing, and this was my chance to find out how I could be a pilot. So I said, what must I do to be a pilot? And she informed me that the Pilot International bylaws then said that you had to, it was a service club that was classified. You had to be a certain classification to become a member. And it was by invitation only, and each nominee should have 2 sponsors. The next step was a vote by the membership, and a no vote would disqualify an individual. So right then, I dismissed any hopes of ever being a pilot. The Pilot Club met on the first and third Mondays of each month. On the Monday of the first Monday in October was a business meeting. They presented my name for membership, and I had 2 sponsors, Miss Nell and my principal. And this was all done in secret. I received my invitation for membership I think about a week afterwards, I filled out the paperwork and I paid my dues of $10. That was Club, District, and Pilot International. You should have been there. Okay. The important part about that meeting where I was initiated was the fact that I heard the Pilot Code of Ethics for the very first time. It was one of the most inspirational things that I ever had heard in my lifetime. And my new folder information had this code of ethics in it. I framed mine, and I still have it. And I read it frequently then, and I understood immediately that this was a document that was a standard for moral principles and rules of conduct. It portrayed to me a sense of right and wrong, a sense of duty, and the words embodied in the Pilot Code of Ethics gives all of us a sense of hope, a sense of belonging, and it presents us opportunities to discover something new, something better, to be kind and patient, to be loyal, to be honest, and generous too, and also to enlarge our visions and to have self-control, to grow and thrive in challenging conditions. In short, I felt that it was a blueprint for me to follow as a teacher, as a pilot, and a community leader. I recall my first Pilot International Convention. It was in 1964, and some of you were not even born then, but it was a good year. The World's Fair was in New York, and I paid my registration to go. And when I filled out my form, I checked the little box that said, I'd like to serve on the music committee. Soon after that, my principal came to me and said, Betty, the president of Pilot International wants to talk to you. Well, that was like hearing from the president of the United States, folks. So I walked to the phone to trepidation, and Ruth Cunningham was the president then, and she was from San Gabriel, California, and she said, I need you to serve as the chairman of the music committee at the PI convention. And when I inquired about the responsibilities, she said, all you have to do is lead the singing. And so, as I made my job in leading singing in classrooms, I said, sure, I can do that. And we traveled to New York. Two other pilots and I went together. I did the driving, one did the paying, the other did the praying. And so we got to New York on a Sunday afternoon. At that time, we met on Sunday night and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I went to my committee meeting, and it was a very responsive group. And I assigned myself the first night because we were all new. So at 6:45 p.m., I found myself at the podium in one of the most beautiful ballrooms in the world. And in that ballroom was 1,400 pilots, co-pilots, and guests. Now, in essence, I had a choir of 1,400 people that night. And as I looked at that sea of faces, I could tell they were wondering, now what is that young woman from New Albany, Mississippi, or Tupelo, Mississippi at that time going to do? And I began wondering the same thing. But my training at Ole Miss kicked in, and I enjoyed leading and singing 1,400 people. Imagine a choir like that. But the important part of that meeting was that Peg DeJaffrey from Apple Valley, California, who later became a president of Pilot International, she gave the code of ethics. And it was at that time I realized that it didn't matter whether you were from the East Coast, the West Coast, the Deep South, or north toward Canada, or in between, the code of ethics means the same to everyone who is a pilot. Okay? In 1976-77, I had the honor of serving as the president of Pilot International. You know, there are daily duties and responsibilities you have to do to keep the organization running smoothly. And I was in a position at that time to be available to take trips if I needed to help someone out. And it was in October of 1976 that we had a call from the Pilot Club of Nassau, Bahamas. They needed some help, and I certainly assigned myself to that job. I had an opportunity to tour the whole island. I had sand between my toes, and I didn't get any of it on the beach, folks. I went around that island and to see what the pilots were involved in, and they were the, I guess, hardest working pilots I'd ever seen. I attended an anchor charter, actually gave the charter. I attended a district Kiwanis meeting. Then I met with the pilot club. And at that meeting, we talked about the situation that they were concerned about, but a young pilot gave the code of ethics. She was a pilot of color. And I realized as she was reciting the code of ethics that it had the same meaning to her, this beautiful pilot of color, that it did to me. And I immediately asked her to serve, to recite this at my convention in 1977. Now, that convention was held at the Playground of the South, which was New Orleans, Louisiana. It was a fun convention, a lot of music, and that sort of thing. We were in the Fairmont Hotel, and we had over 1,700 pilots, co-pilots, and guests in attendance. And the President's Banquet was on Monday night, and I called it the International Banquet because I had all pilots delegates from the foreign countries seated at the head table. At the close of the meeting, the Code of Ethics was given by Kayla Burris, and her picture should be, yes, it's on the screen. This beautiful young lady with an English accent. As she recited this with poise, dignity, and grace, everyone in attendance realized that this pilot of color, who was reciting the Code of Ethics, and the first pilot of color to ever do so at a pilot international convention, it meant as much to her as it did to anyone else. I experienced another first at the convention in Orlando in 2015, and that was a fun convention. Sherry Johnson presided, and we got to go to Disney World. My 5-year-old granddaughter and I rode to Orlando with Colette Cross at the steering wheel. She got us there, and we went early so we could see Disney World. And Sherry invited Mickey Mouse to the convention as a special guest, and it was so much fun. Shannon Clegg was installed as president on the last night of the convention. She chose one of her sister governors to recite the Code of Ethics. Her friend was Chizuru Kawabata. They called her Chizzy, and so will I. Now, Chizzy was from the Japan district, and she decided to recite the Code of Ethics in her native language. Once again, everyone in there heard her. Only about 99% of us didn't know what she was saying. But the important thing was that everyone there knew that the Code of Ethics had the same meaning for her that it did for each of us. Even though she was speaking in a different language, we understood what she was conveying. We were in for another surprise at the 2018 convention in Nashville. President-elect Karen Cupid asked Pat and Gary Jarvis to give the Code of Ethics. And this was at the closing of the installation. Yes, a male pilot, was standing before us presenting the Code of Ethics with his wife, Pat, who is a past president. So we've come full cycle. Our organization is sharing friendship and service with everyone, and the Code of Ethics has the same meaning to everyone around the globe. That was supposed to be the end of my speech, but I've added some more. During the month of May of this year, I received some information from past President Cindy, so if this is too long, blame her, okay? Anyway, she had done some research on the Code of Ethics that I have never had time to do, and really was never interested in finding out more, but I think you would like to hear this. The author of the beautiful Code of Ethics was Pearl Sparks. She was born February 18, 1878, and was a charter president of the Pilot Club of Florence, Alabama. She presented the Code of Ethics at the 5th Annual Convention in Montgomery, Alabama in 1926 with 69 pilots in attendance. Now, according to the story I've heard the last 62 years, is that each club in attendance at that convention was supposed to present a skit or a talent. That the Pilot Club of Florence had chosen a ballet dancer to be their talent. But some accident happened to this young lady, and so they did not have a talent. And Pearl Sparks had been thinking about writing the Code of Ethics, actually had started collecting pieces of paper with little ideas on it here and there. So she thought, I'll complete this Code of Ethics and present it as the talent. Now, her brother was a Rotarian, so she used a copy of that to get her started. Now, we've also been told that she put the finishing touches on the Code of Ethics on the train during her ride to the convention in Montgomery. Miss Sparks was an educated lady. She was a thinker and a communicator. She was a librarian at a girls' college in in Florence, which is now UAB, according to Cindy. And we appreciate that information, Cindy. She used as her resource materials the Rotary Code of Ethics, the Lions Club Code of Ethics, As a Man Thinketh, and Visions and Ideals by James Allen, and articles by John Ruskin and Carl Long. Here is one reference. It's on the screen. And it's from As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. Cherish your visions, cherish your ideals, cherish the music that stirs in your heart, the beauty that forms in your mind, and the loveliness that drapes your purest thoughts. For out of them will grow delightful conditions, all heavenly environment. Of these, if you but remain true to them, your world will at last be built. Pearl Sparks wrote in the Code of Ethics, to cherish our visions and our ideals, to cherish the music that stirs our hearts, the beauty that forms in our minds, knowing that on these things we can build our world. There were 2 pages of references, and I didn't think you'd like to hear me read all of those. Cindy said she will make these references available to Pilot International, and if you would like to have a copy, you can contact Pilot International or Cindy. The Code of Ethics was adopted at the 5th Annual Convention in Montgomery, Alabama in 1926. The only changes from the original copy was the gender. Where she used woman and women, we changed the words to pilots and leaders in 1990. After the 6th Annual Convention in 1927, Pearl Sparks was named the editor of the Pilot Log. Pearl Sparks died in 1965 at the age of 87, but she left us a legacy that will keep us all on a true course ever. And on April 30th, 1976, the Pilot Clubs of Alabama paid tribute to their sister pilot by placing on her grave in the Florence City Cemetery a marble masterpiece with the words of the Code of Ethics engraved on it. The September 1976 Pilot Log featured the quote at that particular dedication, and this is what they put on there. This outstanding tribute is to a pilot who radiated that which was unselfish, beautiful, and true. When she had finished her task, she had given an upward impetus to human ideals and achievements. As a pilot, you are a leader, you are a guide, you are a friend, and you are a servant. Gandhi once wrote, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in service to others." When you joined Pilot International, you made the choice to do more, care more, and to be more in service to your community. And yes, you chose the Code of Ethics as your guide, and I hope you have a wonderful journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Betty. Most of us remember co-pilot Bob King, best known as Santa Claus. I am going to ask Shirley King, also known as Mrs. Claus, to introduce our special entertainment for tonight.
This evening, I'd like to introduce you to my son, Brad King. Many of you may remember when my husband, Bob King, sang at a PI convention before he was Santa Bob. He was so proud of the pilot organization, he was even more proud to hear his son sing at pilot events. Brad also has performed in many local musical productions in South Carolina, including Les Mis, Music Man, The Addams Family, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame. When Brad knew he was going to be singing tonight for the best, he brought the best. He brought along his friend Brooke Lundy. Brooke is a very talented young woman who is a singer, songwriter, writes for TVs and movies. So I know you will enjoy hearing Brad and Brooke Lundy, and they are delighted to sing for you now.
We're all friends in this room, and that's what Brad's about to sing about, no matter where you're from in the world.
Provided it actually starts.
There you go.
Got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. You got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me.
Got a friend in me.
Oh, you got a friend in me.
You got troubles.
I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you.
Stick together to see it through.
'Cause you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am.
That's true.
Bigger, stronger too.
That's true too.
None of them will ever love you the way I do. Just me and you. As the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You got a friend in me.
Yeah, you got a friend in me.
You got a friend in me.
Yeah, thank you so
ladies and
much.
gentlemen. Thank you, thank you.
I'm sure many of you have made new friends just from this organization, right? Who all has made a lot of new friends through Pilot? Nice, that's what we like to see, and I have as well today. So it's so nice to meet you guys.
I'm going to sit one out and let the lovely Brooke Lundy take the next song.
Okay. At some point. This is your silent reflection about your friendships that you've made. Oh, it must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine, that's your way. You always walked a step behind. So I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face to hide a name for so long. A beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wish I could be. And I can fly high. It might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. Of course I know I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wish I could be. And I can fly higher than an eagle. For you are the wind beneath my wings. Did I ever tell you you're my hero? You're everything, everything I wish I could be. Oh, and I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. You are the wind beneath my wings. Oh, the wind beneath my wings. Oh, you. The wind beneath my wings. Fly. So high I almost touch the sky. Thank you, thank you, thank all of you, the wind beneath our wings. That goes out to all of you, so give yourselves a round of applause for everything you do. This one's going to be a little sing-along, isn't it, Brad?
If they know
We're
it,
going to
I
jazz
hope
it up
they
a little
sing
bit.
with it.
Going to have a little dancing music for you. How does that sound? Oh, all right. Feel feel free to sing along. It's a little inspirational one for you.
Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby.
Just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe.
Remember the day I set you free? I told you you could always count on me, darling. From that day on, I made a vow. I'll be there when you want me, some way, somehow.
'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, that's it. Ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe.
Oh, no, darling.
No wind, no rain, or winter's cold can't stop me, baby.
No, no, baby. Whenever you're in trouble, I'll be there on the double to sing for me. Oh, baby.
My love is alive, way down in my heart, although we are miles apart.
You ever need a helping hand, I'll be there on the double just as fast as I can.
Don't you know that there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you. Don't you know that there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough, ain't no mountain high enough. There's more. Ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough, ain't no mountain high enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Yeah, we thank y'all for dancing in your chairs and singing along. We really appreciate that.
One more.
We do have one more.
If I can get through it after that.
I know, you can do it. Oh. Oh, goodness, we're getting an encore before we stop? That's pretty good. I'm putting that one on my resume.
I'm glad we came prepared.
What do you want to do? Oh, okay, sure. Cruising was kind of fun, too. But that's not on our list. All right, well, we're having to think of something else.
No, just a quick rearrange. That was sneaky.
It was very sneaky. Catch us off guard. Oh, well, this is it. Yeah, okay, this is a good one. This is very appropriate, I think, because what a beautiful night this has already been, and you guys are all getting together for such a great cause, inspiring each other.
I had the time of my life.
Right?
No, I never felt like this before. This I swear, it's the truth, and I owe it all to you.
'Cause I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you. That's it.
There we go. I've been waiting for so long, now I finally found someone to stand by me.
We saw the writing on the wall, then we felt this magical fantasy. Now with passion in our eyes, there's no way we could disguise the secret need. So we take each other's hand, 'cause we seem to understand the urgency.
Just remember,
you're the one thing
I can't get enough of.
So I tell you something. This could be love because I've had the time of my life. No, I never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you.
Hey, baby,
with my body and soul, I want you more than you'll ever know.
so we'll just let it go. Don't be afraid to lose control. No.
Yes, I know what's on your mind when you say, stay with me tonight.
Stay with me and remember, you're the one thing
I can't get enough of. Oh, line dancing.
So I tell you something.
This could be love because I've had the time of my life. No, I never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you, 'cause I had the time of my life, and I searched through every open door till I found the truth, and I owe it all to you. Oh, look at them doing their line dance thing. That's right. Yes.
Work it.
All right, we got all kinds of stuff happening here. Yeah, this is a dance break, y'all.
Had the time of my life. Oh, I never felt this way before.
Never felt
Yes, I
this way.
swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you.
I've had the time of my life. No, I never felt like this before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you, 'cause I've, yeah, had the time of my life.
No, we
Yeah,
hope
give
y'all are having a
yourselves
great
a
night
round
too,
of applause,
pilots.
y'all. That's right. Whew. That was so much fun. That got everybody out of their chairs.
Yes.
That was so much fun, and we have really enjoyed being with you guys tonight, so we thank you. I think we're going to put Brad to work for one more song since she asked for one more. Not me, him. That's why I'm volunteering him. But this is it.
Okay.
All right.
I gotta shift gears. That's just hot, not tired.
In a good way. And this next song that Brad's going to sing goes right along with the pilot organization where no dream is impossible. So this is Brad King for you. I'll harmonize maybe.
It's stuck. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong. To love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this, that one man scorned and covered with scars still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star.
Thank you. Great job.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You have a wonderful convention.
Wow. Thank you, Brad and Brooke, for being with us tonight and sharing your beautiful voices with us and getting us up and moving. Brad, I know your dad would be proud. It is now time to recognize the 100th anniversary donors. There are 3 levels of giving for the Anniversary Fund: $100, $500, and $4,000 levels. The names of the donors are on the screen. We could not have had this celebration without the help of our pilots. Thank you to all of those of you who donated $100. These donors will receive a lovely pilot coaster later tonight. The next group of donors, the $500 donors, will receive a beautiful blue purse embossed with the pilot logo as well as the pilot coaster. It is through pilot donations that we can carry out the mission of Pilot International. The generosity of pilots is immeasurable and greatly appreciated. Thank you to each $500 donor. Will the $4,000 donors please join me on stage? Come on. Where, just up there? The $4,000 donors deserve a round of applause. I would like to recognize each of these donors. They're not in order that I'm going to call, so if they'll just step out as I call their name. Debbie Archer, Judy Bro, Colette Cross, Barbara Crow, Nicola Dawkins, Julie Fallon, Mary Ann Frazier, who could not be with us tonight, Pat Jarvis, Laura Keever, Judy Langley, Connie Moore, Sharon Slusher, and Beverly Wilkes. The $4,000 donors will be receiving the coaster, the pocketbook, and a beautiful granite disc with the pilot wheel and the dates 1921 and 2021. A big thank you to you $4,000 donors. Will the 100-year anniversary committee please stay on stage a minute? 100-year. No, yeah. No, the 100-year stay. 100-year stay. We have everybody. All right, these ladies, along with Ann Adams, who could not be with us, have been working for 5 years on this year-long celebration. They also took on extra duties and have done amazing things at our headquarters. Many clubs and groups sent in funds to sponsor improvements at Pilot headquarters. Donations were designated for the Heritage Library, the Donor Recognition Room, the new Archives Room, and the Heritage Garden. These ladies took on the task of taking your money and making the improvements we needed. Those taking the tour of our gorgeous headquarters on Friday are in for a real treat. Thank you, Laura, Judy, Beverly, Connie, Debbie, and Pat for your hard work. Judy. Thank you. Judy, come this way. These donors are still scrolling, so I'm going to wait a minute. Okay. A big thank you goes out to clubs and individuals who donated to the PI Service Project. Through your generosity, Pilot is providing school supplies that teachers in Bibb County schools will receive. The supplies are being stored at Office Depot in Macon and will be distributed in August by the Executive Committee and other dedicated pilots. Representative from Bibb County Schools and Office Depot will be with us on Saturday when a formal presentation of these supplies will be made. Again, Pilot International is fortunate to have so many generous and dedicated members. Thank you all for your support. 2020-2021 South Carolina District Governor Celeste Scherer has asked to be recognized. We wanted everybody to see your beautiful dress.
These are for you.
Oh, thank you.
They are the non-maintenance kind.
That's my kind.
I know, I know. On behalf of the entire District of South Carolina, not just the ones that are here tonight, but the ones that are back in South Carolina also, we wanted to tell you how proud we are of you, the amazing job that you have done during this incredible year that it's been for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's more.
You need the microphone? Okay.
So, the district, in order to commemorate this year, the district has financed the planting of a special rose garden in the Heritage Garden that's especially for you. You may have had something to do with the planting of those bushes. Sorry, we should have gotten you gloves. And there's also a plaque.
Wow.
And it is, oops, we can't see it from here.
Wow. We can see it down there.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So there is a special plaque to commemorate the incredible job that you have done during this incredible year. And this is from your fellow pilots in the South Carolina District. And we just want you to know that we love you.
Love you too. Well, that was a surprise. Thank you. Thank you, South Carolina pilots. And they smell wonderful. All right, and the 2021-2022 President of Pilot Club of New Albany, Mississippi, Pam Cook, has asked to be recognized.
Good evening. Colette Cross, will you please join me on the stage, please? Come on. The Pilot Club of New Albany was so excited when Pilot International gave us the opportunity to honor you with this garden feature at headquarters.
Wow.
Let's see. It's not there yet. It's somewhere.
I thought it was just the roses.
It's in the garden.
Okay.
It's in the garden. It's not there. We have you a garden feature. This feature will be a reflection of your service for many years to come.
I love you.
I love you. We appreciate all that you do for the club, the district, and Pilot International. I love you, and I'm honored to call you my friend.
Thank you.
This concludes our program for tonight, but there is more to come. Carol, will you please come forward?
The Executive Committee, the past presidents, Pilot Club of Macon members, and Pilot Club of Tuscaloosa members may be dismissed. Special guests may be dismissed. I have a few announcements to make before we continue tonight. Tomorrow is our business session. Delegates are reminded to be seated at the designated tables near the front of the ballroom. The beautiful table arrangements are available for purchase. If you are interested, please take the arrangement with you as you leave and pay the doorkeepers. The price is $20. Tonight's celebration is not over. You are all invited to continue our celebration on the Skyline level, where you can enjoy a piece of the delicious 100-year anniversary cake and a beverage. Be sure to snap your photo beside one of the anniversary cakes. We are now recessed until 8:30 in the morning.